You left home, nothing but hope. La la, across the ocean wide. Oh, Montana sky calls your name. Judith Plains awaits you now. A, B, B, C, B, C. Red dirt roads and big sky proud. A, B, B, C, B, C. You're gonna make it somehow.
How's it going, guys? And welcome back to Judith Plains. Alrighty, so today, as you can see, there's been a couple of days since the last episode, and there's also been quite a bit of development. So we are just here over at Farmyard C because we had to take delivery of our little car all the way from WestBride Hills. So I did speak with Mr. Shelton, and he said it's fine. We are allowed to leave it right over here in this barn or this shed, seeing as there's not a whole lot going on in here just yet. And yeah, guys, also there's a little bit of news about Bobby. So yeah, I'm just going to cut to the chase with that. And that is that he has in fact basically given up his position. He really didn't have a choice, because there's been quite a couple of things happening these past couple of days, and we've been seeing Mr. Shelton quite a lot about it. And there's been the decision made that Bobby is no longer going to be farm manager of this here establishment. Okay, well, there goes that airplane again. But yes, guys, so yeah, it looks like we are going to be taking over from Bobby now. And there's already a couple of things that I've been sorting out and figuring out and putting into place. So we're going to make our way over to Farmyard A, and I will show you guys a couple of changes that has happened there over these past couple of days. So we're just getting back on the road with our little John Deere side-by-side, which is actually a little bit slow for this main road, but we just gotta try and punch it and get it up to top speed. Alright, but yes, you can clearly see there's a couple of things happening already. So I think it was on Wednesday, last week Wednesday, because it would be a Sunday for you guys at the time of this video coming out. So I believe on Wednesday the guys were here and they installed this, I don't know what to call it. It's quite a bit of a contraption. So now I did speak to Mr. Shelton about it, and he agreed that we definitely needed something like this. So this is in fact a storage rack for the combine headers. So we've got the corn header on the bottom shelf, and on the top shelf we've got the grain header, which is not going to be used as much on the farm. The corn header is most likely going to be the one that is mostly used. And as you can see, also our cornfield has germinated. So it's quite a bit of a slow process, and it's going to probably take a while for this to grow still. So we're going to have to keep ourselves busy with a couple of other things on the farm while that is growing. So we've still got quite a lot to do, actually. I think we could probably take a bit of a walk across the street here just to show you what I have done in the shed over here. I've been a little bit busy just doing a couple of odd things, nothing much really. I wanted to leave all of the actual farm work mostly for you guys to see while we are doing that. So yeah, as you can see, we cleaned up the combine. We cleaned up the little front loader over here, the Kubota, which we might actually be using today. We need to move those hay bales that we took off the field and put them into the TMR mixer. We also cleaned up the little telehandler. Well, not really a little telehandler, but it's quite a decent sized telehandler with a massive bucket at the front. So yeah, that has also been cleaned up, and so far I haven't really gotten around to a whole lot of other stuff. As I said, I've been in and out of meetings as well, and we came to the conclusion that I'm also going to be staying on the premises now. So Bobby has been basically kicked out of the farmhouse here. So we are going to be staying here from now on, which I think is a little bit more comfortable than the caravan park where we were parked, or the camping site. So yeah, this is in fact the office that Bobby was working from, and we're going to be working from here from now on. Mr. Shelton has got some rifles and some weapons in the cabinet here, but apparently those have been locked up, so they're not functionable anymore, which is good to know. We've got a little kitchen over here, which is great. I mean, yeah, at least we can cook some proper food. And I also did do a little bit of grocery shopping. That's why our money isn't, yeah, well, I actually got another bunch of money from Mr. Shelton for our, basically this week's payment that just passed. And we've got our little bedroom over here. There's a couple more bedrooms upstairs, but we'll probably mostly be using the downstairs one. We've got some washing and drying facilities, very nice bathroom and all that. So this is actually a lot more comfortable. We've got a nice big screen TV over here and a fireplace for when the winter time comes. So yeah, we're just going to be taking care of the house as well for Mr. Shelton. So I think let's just close the front door again, because I don't like leaving the place open. So yeah, that is quite a bit of developments. So you might be thinking, so what is going to happen today? Well, as I said, I need to move those hay bales that we stacked over there into the TMR mixer, and then I was kind of thinking maybe we should start looking at getting the grass field cut again. But I think we'll probably go and cut the bigger field on by Farmyard C. So for those of you who don't know, this is Farmyard A. Farmyard B is the one just across the road from us, and then Farmyard C is the one where we just came from. So that is how we are going to be distinguishing that. Alright, so yes, without any further delay, there's nothing really much for us to do, but to get to it, I guess. So Mr. Shelton did mention something that he might be sending us a little bit of money later on, so that we can go and pick up some straw bales, because we also need straw in the TMR mixture, and potentially even a big bag of mineral feed or two. So we'll see. I actually wanted to show you guys this as well. We did get the little flatbed Ford back from the dealership. So yeah, they serviced this thing. It's quite an old truck, but it's been looked after pretty well. So Mr. Shelton likes to keep his equipment in very good condition, especially if it's an older truck like this. And it's I think it's more of an achievement to have an older vehicle look decent like this one than it would be to have a brand new, flatbed truck sitting in the barn over here. So yeah, I actually had a look at this thing, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this thing. It's still up to the task, and yeah, this actually works perfectly with the little flatbed trailer that we've got out there. So we might be using that a little bit later today as well. So I think, yeah, guys, let's get into this. I'm going to see if I can fire up the little front loader and see if we can move those bales over to the TMR mixture. Start mixing cow feed, because we are going to be getting some cows in. And I told Mr. Shelton we should maybe focus on just getting the one barn sorted for the cows. So we are going to be doing the livestock cattle in the barn just behind Farmyard A. That is going to be cattle that we are going to raise. So we're going to be getting some small cows, and then later we'll, once the TMR mixture is completely sorted out, because we still need silage and all of that in order to get that sorted. So that is why I want to start cutting the grass so we can turn it into silage bales. And only then we'll be able to start looking at getting milk cattle. So yeah, let's come over here. We're going to open this workshop once again. Or this shed. We should probably just call this a shed, because it's not really a workshop as such. Our workshop is actually outside. But yeah, we're going to be opening this door. Yeah, those electronic motors are super loud on these things, but okay. Alright, so we're going to be hopping into this little front loader, and yeah, you can actually still see the water droplets on this thing. as I try to clean it up. Alright, so we're going to be moving this over here, see if we can pick up some bales. I don't know how many we can handle with this little front loader. And to try and see, maybe we can do a couple. According to my calculations, we should be able to fit most of these in the TMR mixture. I don't know, we'll see how that's going to work out. But okay, I do want to just hop out real quick and see if we can maybe grab the... so how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's maybe grab 3, the top 3. Okay, so we can't really see over there, so we're gonna just lean forward a bit. How's our spikes looking? Okay, we need to go up a bit more and tilt this a little bit forward. Okay, that is pretty much maximum height. And hopefully these things don't come tumbling down, so that'll also be a little bit of a job for us to sort out if that happens. But okay, there we go. Alright, so we grabbed 4, which is also fine. So let's just see how this is going to work. Whoa, I got to take it easy with the steering. Yeah, these hydraulics are actually very direct. Right, let's get over to Farmyard A with this. Going to have to take it nice and easy, and we're going to have to make extra sure of the traffic. Because, yeah, it's a bit of a blind spot over here. But okay, I think we are good. Alright, so we're going to have to go around this way. And hopefully there's no traffic coming from the front. It looks clear. Alright, let's quickly take the gap. And our little side-by-side is still parked here. You know, I have to move that out of the way again. Alrighty, so I'm hoping this is going to work the way that I planned. Alright, so we need to come over here. Alright, I'm just going to put them down right here. I think this is a good spot for it. Alright, let's go back. And we're gonna have to grab these probably one at a time. I don't know. Right, which way is our spikes facing? Okay, that should be good. Right, well, this is gonna be probably a bit tedious doing them one at a time, but I think it's the safest way of doing this. Alright, let's see how this is gonna work. We gotta go a little bit higher. Hopefully this thing reaches. It should, I mean, that's why it's on the farm. Because this is used for this. Okay. Alright, can barely make it out there. Alright, and in she goes. Alright, perfect. Well, that is one down. So I'm thinking this is gonna probably keep me busy for a while, guys. So I think what I need to do is maybe just carry on with this a little bit. And I don't know, I'll see. Maybe I'll put this in a little bit of a time lapse. Maybe we can even send a drone out and give you guys a little bit of a third person view of this. And I might also be able to see a bit better when I go into the drone camera. And just see if I can figure out what I'm doing a little bit better, a little bit easier. Yeah, because this is yeah, it's not the easiest task to do from the cab point of view. But okay, there we go. Second one is in. So yeah, I think let's do it like this. We're going to go into a time lapse with this and see if we can get all of these hay bales loaded into the TMR mixture, or TMR mixer rather. We are making a mixture, but we are mixing it in the mixer. Alright, so here we go, guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I'm brewing coffee in a chipped ceramic cup, while the stars still paint the sky above us. 2 shifts down and 1 more coming up. Baby fast asleep, she's counting on us. Got bills spread across this kitchen table, doing everything that I am able. Oh, the midnight oil burns slow, but I know tomorrow's gonna shine. Oh, each step feels mighty low, but faith keeps this heart in line. Empty gas tank and worn out shoes, still I keep on pushing through the blues. Double shifts, overtime too, all these sacrifices just for you. Stack of papers marked final notice read, but your smile keeps me moving ahead. Sometimes I see it clear as day, your graduation gown, that college ring. Every extra hour that I pay is worth the joy that time will bring. Oh, the joy that time will bring. Oh, the midnight oil burns slow, but I know tomorrow's gonna shine. Oh, stiff gears were no. Faith keeps this heart in line. Oh, each step feels mighty low, but faith keeps this heart in line. Though these hours feel like years, every minute brings us closer, dear. Tomorrow's gonna shine. Ooh, tomorrow's gonna shine.
Alrighty guys, so there we go. I think that is good enough. So we managed to get quite a couple of these hay bales into the TMR mixer. So what I'm going to do with the rest of these is just put them inside our shed over here. So I think we'll just keep these around for when we need them later on. I think over here is a good spot for this. And yeah, we can just come and grab these once we need them. Alrighty, so now that that part of the job is done, I think what we need to do is maybe go and run our errands over at the shop. So yeah, I will have to speak to Mr. Shelton maybe. And just see if it's going to be fine if we just go over there and pick this stuff up. Because apparently he has got an account with them. So I think it shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, I think maybe let's just head over there and hear what they have to say. If there's any issues, then we will contact Mr. Shelton. I don't really want to bother him too much with too many things, you know. So we'll try and mostly figure things out for ourselves. But okay, there we go. Alright, so we're just going to park this over here again. Might have to pull it out of the shed again later when we get back with the straw bales and also the mineral feed, which, yeah, I think the big bag handler we've got outside will actually come in very handy. Alright, so yeah, it is actually under the workshop shed over there, so yeah, we can probably use that to take the big bags off when we get back to the farm. I doubt the bale spike will do very well at that. Let's just wait for this car to pass before we try and go across the road on foot. Right, while we are out here, let's maybe also grab our little skid steer. Not skid steer, side by side. Why am I getting confused with a skid steer? It's probably because operating the front loader. Because I think a skid steer would have also done a good job at that. But I don't know, the skid steer might not reach the height we are looking for there. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing back into the shed, and we're going to hop into the little flatbed Ford. Alright, Perfect, here we are. Alright, let's see if this thing wants to fire up now. Yeah, absolutely no problem for this machine. Alrighty, here we go. I should probably just close the shed. It is remote controlled, but you have to be really up close and personal with this thing. Alrighty, that's good. Alright, now we just gotta care of the chickens, you know, but well, they seem to be getting out of the way. Just not go crazy and drive too fast. We also had some new offspring chicks that hatched, so yeah, it's pretty nice seeing these little baby chicks around. Alright, but there we go. Let's back up to this trailer and see if we can get it all connected up. There's a little chick heading this way. I'm sure he'll be fine. Alrighty, there we go. So that is as good as it gets. We've got our little flatbed connected up to the flatbed trailer with the flatbed truck. I think this should be decent. We've got some space at least to work with now. Alrighty guys, well, this is going to be a little bit of a tedious drive with this old rig. So I'm going to put this in a little bit of a time lapse. We'll see how it goes. It depends on the time of the video and the length of the video, which parts are going to be time lapses, which parts are going to be cut out completely. I guess we'll figure that one out as we go. But for now, yeah, let's get over to the dealership and see if we can pick up some straw bales and some bags of mineral feed for Mr. Shelton, and hopefully they're going to put it on his account so we don't have to bother him.
Packed my truck this morning, headed west, trading city life for something I can test. Judith Plains is calling, Montana sky so wide. Time to learn the land with dirt beneath my pride. Judith Plains, Judith Plains, where the work is hard but worth the gains. Judith Plains, Judith Plains, starting over where the wheat remains. A farm manager's the title, but dreams are running deeper. Learning every season, becoming landskeeper. Wake up with the sunrise, sleep when work is done. Building something lasting underneath Montana sun.
Alrighty, so here we are. We made it over to the dealership, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I did overhear them speaking to another customer the other day, saying that the dispatch area is over here on the far end of their yard. So I think if we parked up somewhere around here, we shouldn't be in the way. Alright, there's a random sheep just standing here. I wonder what this is all about, but okay. Seems to be standing there absolutely static. Alright, well, I'm going to head into the office. We're going to see if they are going to give us a couple of straw bales and also some mineral feed for our TMR mixture. Alrighty guys, so here we are. They have dispatched the straw bales and also the mineral feed for us. So the guy said that we can actually load the stuff ourselves. If we aren't comfortable with it, he will do it for us. And I told him, well, I'm gonna have a crack at it. So yeah, he said the keys to the forklift is left in the forklift for customers. So we should be able to just jump into this thing and get everything loaded up, gentlemen. All right, let's see how this is gonna work. Yeah, looks like we are getting a bit of a crowd here. People want to see us load the stuff. Or they were just admiring the forklift. I don't know. But okay. We'll see. Now, what I'm thinking is, let's see if we can maybe load the mineral bags first. I don't know if we're going to be able to grab all 4 of them at once. Might be able to, because this seems to be a very sturdy little forklift. There's going to be a little bit of a guessing game how far our forks are apart and how high they are, because you can't really see much in this thing. And yeah, but I think we'll be fine. Let's just come and have a look here. Alright, so a little bit to the left and straight forward we should be able to grab all 4 of these. Let's just see. Let's just maybe do this with the forks a bit. They are kind of adjustable. I don't know. If we fail at this, I might as well just pick up 2 at once, you know. Let's just see what we managed to grab here. Alright, well, looks like we missed those 2 completely, you know. But that's okay. Alright, we're going to bring this all the way around, because these need to go towards the front of our truck. So I think mineral feed can go on the flatbed pickup, or flatbed Ford, and then the rest of the bales, we'll put those on the trailer maybe. Alright, let's see if we can manage this. There we go. I think that's kind of okay. Yeah, I think it's on there. Don't know how well it is on there, but it's at least on there. Could have maybe shifted them over a little bit further. Yeah, maybe we'll load the other 2 on the opposite side so it kind of balances out. I think that'll do. Well, let's just see how we are doing here with this fork. Now, I'm just going to grab it on the one side. Yeah, that's why I actually like the big bag handlers a little bit more, because they are more built for this type of thing actually, you know. Now what the heck is going on here? Alright, we need to come a little bit more to the left by the looks of it. Okay. Come on. Should be able to get this. Oh my goodness, let's just see if I can actually line it up a little bit better. I seem to be pushing it. Well, that's also fine. Yeah, for some reason I couldn't grab the second one and it's almost falling over. Which is not ideal, but we'll try again and grab just one at a time then. Maybe we were just lucky in order to grab the other 2. No? Let's put that over there. I think maybe with the forks a little bit narrow, it's easier for us to see what we are doing here. Alright, let's try this once again. I think these forks are almost too big for this. That is probably what's going on here. Alright, there we go. We've got it. Not to worry. Alright, let's put this one just over here. Hopefully it'll kind of balance. Right, come on, there we go. Get that on there. Alright, well, I think that is good enough. So they are loaded, and now we need to try and see if we can get these bales loaded. So these are going to go on the trailer. Alright, I think let's maybe try and grab maybe two at a time. I don't know if there's going to be maybe 4 of them we're going to grab like this. Let's try. Let's see what happens. Alright, yeah, looks like we only have 2, which is fine. And this these forks aren't really ideal for this. So maybe next time we need to try and make a plan to bring our little bale loading front loader over here as well. Might be possible to do it. But okay, there we go. That is the bales on. Alright, and let's grab these two as well. Alright. Lift it nice and high. Alright, we'll put these onto the trailer as well around the front, although these aren't very heavy. Alright, so 8 bales. Oh, come on. Did you release already? Alright, what is going on? Is this thing tilted too far forward? That's probably also what's happening here. Yeah, I think we are kind of poking into the bales. Alright, well, definitely need to practice a bit more with this. See how this works. Now we can't get the freaking bale off. Let's just see. Yeah. Alright, can we just figure out a happy medium for this thing to work at? Okay, well, looks like we're going to be loading them like this now. Alright, let's just make our lives a little bit easier and just put it sort of around here. There we go. I think that will do. Okay, we've got that on. Yeah, definitely need to practice a bit more with my forklift skills, you know. But yeah, as they say, practice makes perfect. Alright, let's grab the other two here. Let's just make sure this thing isn't tilted all the way forward. I think that is my issue here. Okay, is that on there? Looks like it. Alright, now it's going to be a matter of trying to squeeze these in here in front. Alright, let's put it down right over there. There we go. That went a little bit better. Got absolutely no idea how well those other two bales are still on the trailer, because kind of pushed those over with the other two. Okay, our last two bales. Let's see if we can get these loaded maybe from this side. Could maybe even put it on the back here. Yeah, I think let's not give ourselves too much trouble here with this. We'll just put it around the back here. Go nice and close to the trailer. There we go. Alright, I just wanted to double check those bales at the front here. Yeah, they are kind of on there. I don't know if we can maybe push them onto the trailer a bit with the forklift here, just like this. And let's just do it like that. Right, we'll do the same with this one. Just push it a little bit. Okay, that's moving the trailer. But you know what? I think it's on there. It's definitely not going to fall off. So let's just get their forklift back into position all the way over here. Just going to put it a little bit further away from the building so that people can actually have room to pass around it. There we go. Alright, now I may have messed that up a bit. Let's just fix this. Alright, and it's probably tilted too far forward. Okay, I think that should be fine. Hopefully nobody trips over those. But alright, so we need to strap everything down and head back to the farm and see if we can get all of this offloaded. And I still need to put these straw bales into our TMR mixer somehow. Gonna have to try and figure that out. Alright, strap these all down properly, and I think that is good. Alright, just the two big bags over here. I think those are also strapped down alright, like that. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how it goes. So let's get back into the truck and start making our way back to the farm. Hopefully I'm not gonna run into any trouble or something is loaded badly. So I guess we'll only find out one way, and that is to just have a go at it. So once again, let's get on the road and I'll catch up to you guys back at the farm.
Plains, where the work is hard but worth the gains. Judith Plains, starting over where the wheat remains. Left the corporate ladder, traded suits for boots and jeans. Now I'm calculating rainfall, not just quarterly mean. Soil composition, crop rotation, irrigation lines. Reading weather patterns instead of bottom lines. Tractor maintenance, harvest schedules, cattle feed. Learning what this land requires, what it truly needs. Manager today, but owner's what I'm working toward. Building up my savings, credit, reputation earned. Judith Plains ain't just a job, it's where I plant my roots. Trading conference rooms and fields in muddy boots. Maybe in 5 years I'll own my own peace, where the prairie wind brings me some peace. Judith Plains taught me how to make it last. Future's looking bright, done running from my past. Judith Plains, where the work is hard but worth the gains. Judith Plains, starting over where the wheat remains. Judith to the plain, where hope remains. My new home, where hope remains.
Alright, so here we are back at the farm, and I think what we're going to do is we're gonna bring this as close as possible to our TMR mixer, because now I need to try and see if I can get those straw bales into the feeder as well. And also these big bags need to be dumped into there. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a bit of a chore for us, but yeah, luckily we had a little bit of practice beforehand with the front loader, so I'm sure we will manage this. And this gives us another opportunity for a little bit of a time lapse, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Alright, well, let's go and fetch our little front loader, and hopefully we're going to be able to get everything off the trailer. We should be fine. Yeah, and then we're also going to need our big bag handler for the big bags. So I think let's start with the bales first of all, seeing as we have got the attachment on the front loader at the moment for that. So yeah, kind of makes sense to start with it. Alrighty, so let's open up this this door again. And get this remote control door open as well. Yep. Pretty noisy thing. Well, alright, let's jump into this thing once again. And we'll get it fired up. And hopefully this time around we are not going to be spending as much time getting everything offloaded, because it's only 8 bales. Alright, let's go quickly across the road. Looks like we'll be fine. Alright, I don't know if we should maybe try and grab 2 bales at once, because that definitely speed up the process a little bit. So I'm gonna try this. Let's give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's gonna just fall on the ground, and you know what, then we'll just pick it up again. So let's see how this is gonna work. Alright, bring it over here. Nice and easy. Okay, we'll go nice and high. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of an issue with the entrance to this mixer. So there's quite a bit of a gap there. I see the concrete is starting to lift on the one side. We might have to get a landscaper out here just to sort that out a bit for us and make it nice and level. I might actually ask these guys who installed the header rack if they might be able to do it for us, because they actually came here, they sorted that thing out within a couple of hours. It wasn't even a full day and that thing was standing. So might have to ask them if they can help us out with the leveling out a bit there. And we may have pushed the other bale off now on the other side, but that's okay. It's also not a problem. As I said, we'll just pick it up again. Alright, and the one bale gets stuck there at the top now. I don't know if it's gonna work out too well if we keep adding these now. Maybe Mr. Shelton had a miscalculation of how many straw bales have been fed into this thing. Let's just see. Alright, well, I think that is probably full then. Okay, so looks like we are going to be moving those 3 bales into our other storage shed once again. See if we can maybe grab the 2 we've got over here. Well, the 4 on this side and the 1 on the floor. Alright, well, yeah, I guess we'll have to figure this out. Okay, wait, let's just level this thing out a bit. Okay, grab it like that. I wonder if it's gonna be easier for us to put it in this shed over here, maybe. I don't know, we're gonna have to try and see where we can keep all this stuff on the farm. Because Bobby didn't really care too much about organizing stuff on the farm. And there is a school bus on its way, but hopefully we can get out of its way before it gets here. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see if we maybe put it over here where the little flatbed trailer is supposed to go. Because we can actually move the flatbed trailer down to the other end of the farm. The only other thing we really used it for was for the eggs, and now we've got the flatbed truck back. So I guess we'll really only need the trailer now if we are doing stuff like this. So I guess we could maybe turn that little shed into our bale storage, especially if we are going to be starting with the silage relatively soon. Might be a good idea. And we're just going to cut across there, going to ease up our travel a little bit. We're almost parked too close to this side, but let's see if we grab this bale like this, if that's gonna work. I think it will. And we'll just put it down over here. Let's see if we can grab the other 2 off the trailer and stack it on top of that one. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a chore, but you know what? I think once it's done, it'll be fine. How are we going to do this? This is going to be a bit of an issue, maybe. I'm very close to the shed here. Alright, let's see if we can actually poke into it like this. Oh, let's just drive around the front of this thing. Alright. Let's turn this way. There we go. Alright, let's see if we maybe try and put it on top of this one over here. How this is going to work out. Yeah, probably not going to get it lined up perfectly with this. Maybe try and do a little bit more of an angle. Definitely swinging this stuff around. And we don't want to unnecessarily drive into the crop yet, although I think it's still early stages. I'm just going to try and be careful of that. Alright, can we get it more or less on top of that one? Let's see. It might work, or it might not work, I don't know, we'll see. There's actually only one way to find out, and that is to see if we lift this now, if it's gonna maybe stack themselves a bit better automatically. Hopefully, we'll see. Let's try this. See how that goes. Yeah, it's almost not going to do it, but okay. I think as long as we take it easy, we should be fine. Right, let's take this over there as well. See if we can get it stacked up. Alright, let's just see if we can cut across here. Just mind the mailbox. There's a little bit of a bush here, but I don't think it'll be a problem if we drove through it. Right, let's bring this over here as well. Okay, is that going to clear the roof? I think it should. Yeah, we might actually still have space for the trailer here. Alright, let's just put that down over there. Yeah, definitely not the neatest job, you know, but at least it works. Alright, I think let's leave this front loader right over here. We're going to, well, the front attachment, the bale spike, that is. Alright, I think that should do. And now we can head over to the workshop across the road and get our big bag handler. Just got to be a little bit mindful of these little chickens. Well, mostly the baby chicks. Damn, that chicken just nearly attacked us. Okay. Right, well, let's go get our big bag handler. And hopefully this little front loader is going to be able to manage those big bags without an issue. I don't see any traffic, so let's quickly cut across. Yeah, that is the only dangerous part on the farm, is crossing the road each time. But okay, so here we are. This is where our little big bag handler is. Right over there. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing connected up real quick. Alright, I would call that a win. It seems to fit perfectly on our little front loader here. So now we can take this over to our truck over there and get the big bags hooked up here. We should be able to handle 2 of them at a time, and as I said, hopefully it's not going to be too heavy for this front loader. But I mean, this thing has got quite a decent counterweight at the back, so I think it should be fine. Alright, and we got that airplane crossing the skies again. I really don't know if that is a crop duster. I mean, it would make sense for them to have a crop duster around here. Oh, there's a school bus coming. Let's quickly cut the cross. Alright, and we'll just turn over here. Stay off the public road. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna see if we can hook up 2 of these bags. I hope this is gonna work. Would be great if we could at least handle 2 of these at once. I don't know how it's gonna work out with the way that I loaded these things, but I guess we'll figure it out. Alright, so we got the first one hooked up, and let's try the second one as well. There we go. I think that is good. Alright, TMR mixture is hooked up. Whoa, that is very heavy. Alright, we just gotta take it nice and easy. Now with those bales of straw hanging there, still sitting in this thing, I don't know if it's gonna be possible to drop this in, but I guess we'll figure it out. Alright guys, so that is the first 2 bags of TMR mixture into the TMR mixer. So I'm quite hopeful we'll be able to do it again with these 2 over here on the truck. So I might have to go around to the other side to hook up the other bag, but we'll see. Maybe we can manage this. Let's try this. Okay, just like that. Alright, perfect. Alright, I must try and not steer too quickly with this thing, because I nearly tipped it earlier. Okay, I think we are good. Right, let's get these 2 bags in as well. And then at least this part of the job is sorted. Alright guys, and just like that, we've got our TMR mixture into place. So yeah, that has already started mixing up everything. So I think the only thing that we really still need in there would be some silage, and then we should be A4 away. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to just leave the big bag handler connected up to this machine, because it might be the next thing we are going to need here anyway. So I guess we'll see, but it's really not a big problem swapping these things, because they are quite easily removed and reattached. So if we do need the bale spike, we can always just disconnect this thing and leave it somewhere. Alright, but we're just going to back this up into here. Alright, and I think if we just left it here, we should be golden. Alrighty. So there we go. That is at least another part of the job done. Let's just hit the button for that noisy door to close. Everything is still closed up over here, right? I don't think we left that door open. Yeah, that looks good. Alrighty, well, now we can head over across the road again, and we can go and pick up our flatbed truck. And I think we need to go and park that trailer over by the barn down there where we dropped off our little VW. I think it'll be good if we left it over there. And I might have to have a word with Mr. Shelton about moving our caravan into a barn as well at some point. Although now that we are staying in a farmhouse, I don't know if we really need the caravan as such anymore. Might actually consider getting rid of it. But yeah, as I said, don't know if we are going to need it again. And also that is something that was given to us by Grandpa Walter, so I'll have to just check with him if he's got any other plans with it. In case he wants to use it for something else or give it to somebody else. But alright, so here we are, just going to go down to Farmyard C, and there's a car coming, so we're going to have to just wait for him, and there's a big truck coming this way. Alright, hopefully it's going to be clear after this truck. Let's see. Well, if it isn't, they've also got brakes, you know. Alright, well, let's make our way down to Farmyard C and see if there's going to be space. Well, there's definitely going to be space. It's just going to be a matter of how we're going to park this. I hope the car behind us is not going to try and overtake us now. Well, if it does, it's its own stupidity, you know. But okay. Here we go. Alright. So I think let's maybe see how this is going to work. Just try and figure out how to park this thing. Well, there's ample space in here, so I think we should be good. Alright. Yeah. Let's just maybe nosedive it in and see if this will fit. Because I might actually end up leaving this truck over here as well, if it can fit like this. Right, well, let's see if it's fine, because then this way we could maybe even drive our little car down to the farmyard A and park that under the little shed where we are going to be putting the bales. I think that might actually be not a bad idea. We should be able to squeeze past there. And yeah, Grandpa Walter actually sent us our toolbox as well, because we forgot this in the motel room back in WestBride Hills. So he went to fetch it for us, and he also shipped us our car back, which is actually very nice of him. Right, we should be able to close the door from the inside once we got this thing out. Yeah, I still need to get the tags for this car done. But luckily we're just going to be driving down the road, so they shouldn't give us any problems. And hopefully nobody sees us driving it. Okay, let's hit the button for this remote door to go down again. Oh yeah, those things are very noisy. Alright guys, so let's take our little car back to Farmyard A. I'm just going to park it in that shed where we put the straw bales and the hay bales now. Well, just the straw bales actually. Alright, let's just get onto the road here properly. Alright, I think this is fine. Yeah, we've got our toolbox strapped to the roof, so hopefully it stays there. So those are actually my personal tools. And I can probably see if I can find a spot to put everything down. Alright, let's just pull in here. And yeah, as I said... Oh, come on, rooster. Holy crap. Alright, and we'll just park it right over here for now. This is going to be our little secondary side-by-side if we need it for the time being, I guess. But alright guys, yeah, that is about it for today. I think we've achieved quite a lot. I really wanted to get to mowing the grass field as well, but I think we'll probably tackle that in the next episode, which will only be for you guys next week Sunday. Because I've been keeping myself busy with some other content during the week, and I think it's going to be great if we just do these episodes once a week, and it's going to be a little bit more exciting for you guys to hang in there to see what is going to happen next. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, and also if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. And I also had to ask, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And then I will see you all in the next one.